Across the vast and war-torn expanse of eastern Ukraine, two names continue to dominate headlines and military analyses alike: the Azov Brigade of Ukraine and the Chechen forces loyal to Russia. Their encounters on the battlefield have come to symbolize not only the ferocity of modern warfare, but also the psychological, ideological, and informational battles that define 21st century conflict. Yet beyond the sensational headlines and viral clips lies a complex and layered reality, one rooted in history, nationalism, and the unending evolution of warfare. Origins of the Azov Brigade. The Azov Brigade was born in 2014, during one of the most turbulent chapters of Ukraine's modern history, the Donbas conflict. Initially, it began as a small volunteer militia, formed by civilians who refused to watch their country's territorial integrity collapse after the annexation of Crimea. Its early members came from all walks of life: former soldiers, athletes, engineers, workers, and students, united not by ideology, but by a common mission: to defend Ukraine's sovereignty and independence. What started as a loosely organized defense group soon transformed into something far more disciplined and effective. Through rigorous training, internal structure, and battlefield experience, Azov evolved into a rapid response unit, specializing in urban combat, reconnaissance, and mobile defense operations. Within just a few years, it became part of the National Guard of Ukraine, gaining formal military status and official command oversight. For Ukraine, the Azov Brigade became a symbol of resistance, a reminder that courage and unity could stand against overwhelming odds. For Russia, however, it became a target of propaganda, often portrayed in distorted narratives to influence global perception. The truth, as military analysts point out, is more nuanced. Azov is a professional formation operating under Ukraine's chain of command, adhering to national military law, and functioning as one of the country's elite defensive forces. The Chechen forces on the Russian side. Facing them on the battlefield are the Chechen units, loyal to Ramzan Kadyrov, the pro-Russian leader of Chechnya. Known as the Kadyrovtsi, these troops are highly visible both on the ground and online, often blending traditional combat operations with sophisticated propaganda. The Chechen forces have been involved in several of Russia's modern campaigns, from the streets of Grozny to the deserts of Syria, and now the plains of Ukraine. Within the Russian military machine, their role is both practical and symbolic. They act as shock troops, urban combat specialists, and a political signal of loyalty to Moscow. Their presence near the Ukrainian front lines is a message that Russia's influence extends far beyond its borders, and that regional allies remain ready to serve its geopolitical ambitions. What distinguishes the Chechen units from others is not merely their combat style, but their media strategy. Many of their operations are documented through official channels, often edited and released for public consumption, portraying their actions as both heroic and inevitable. This blending of warfare and media has made them a key part of Russia's psychological operations, shaping narratives, intimidating opponents, and projecting dominance to audiences both domestic and international. Tactical encounters and strategy. Open-source intelligence and field reports indicate that the Azov Brigade and Chechen units have confronted each other in several key areas, notably Donetsk, Mariupol, and the surrounding regions. These encounters are rarely large-scale battles, but rather a series of precision engagements involving small, highly mobile formations that rely on reconnaissance, local terrain knowledge, and lightning-fast execution. Azov's tactical advantage stems from its decentralized command structure. Each squad operates with a degree of autonomy, allowing them to make rapid decisions without waiting for high-level authorization. This flexibility gives them an edge in dynamic combat environments, where the ability to react faster than the enemy often determines survival. Meanwhile, Chechen units are often deployed for urban clearing operations and holding control of key zones after they are captured. Their combat doctrine emphasizes intimidation, discipline, and psychological dominance, a method designed not just to defeat an opponent, but to weaken their resolve before the battle even begins. When these two forces meet, the result is a confrontation between two highly motivated and ideologically driven formations, one fighting for national defense, the other enforcing political loyalty to Moscow. The outcome of such encounters often depends less on numbers and more on morale, training, and adaptability. Media and perception. Warfare. In today's world, war is no longer confined to trenches and front lines. It is extended into the digital arena, where information is as powerful as artillery. Both Azov and the Chechen forces understand this reality, and both have mastered the art of media warfare. For Ukraine, the Azov Brigade serves as a powerful tool of morale and unity. Its presence in documentaries, news reports, and social media posts represents national resilience, the spirit of ordinary citizens turned soldiers in defense of their homeland. Each image or video of Azov fighters holding their ground reinforces a narrative of endurance, defiance, and hope. For Russia, the Chechen forces play an equally critical role in perception management. Through choreographed videos and state-sponsored media, they project an image of loyalty, faith, and unstoppable strength. In doing so, they help bolster domestic support for Russia's military campaigns and reinforce the image of Vladimir Putin's influence across regional power structures. This ongoing battle for narrative control, sometimes called information dominance, is now recognized as a key component of modern warfare. Analysts describe it as narrative warfare, where every post, every image, and every statement becomes a weapon designed to shape public opinion and international diplomacy. International reactions. Around the world, military experts and policymakers continue to analyze the dynamic between Azov and the Chechen forces. The Azov Brigade has long been a topic of debate in Western circles, some viewing it as a model of national resilience and battlefield effectiveness, others questioning its early origins and ideological associations. However, over the past decade, Azov has undergone a significant transformation. By being formally integrated into Ukraine's National Guard, it now operates under state control, following official military codes and reporting to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. This evolution from volunteer militia to disciplined, regulated force is seen by analysts as a testament to Ukraine's broader efforts to modernize and professionalize its defense system. The Chechen troops, meanwhile, represent a different kind of evolution, not of structure, but of symbolism. Their participation in foreign operations under Russian command demonstrates how Moscow leverages local alliances to extend its reach, projecting not just power, but ideology. It's a reminder that the war in Ukraine, while local in geography, is global in consequence, a reflection of deeper struggles for influence, identity, and political control. The psychological dimension. Every encounter between Azov and Chechen fighters carries an intensity that goes beyond strategy or weaponry. It is a psychological contest, where both sides test not just each other's defenses, but their own mental resilience. For the Azov Brigade, facing Chechen units, long regarded as among Russia's toughest fighters, serves as a measure of determination and national pride. Defending Ukrainian soil against such adversaries strengthens their unity and sense of purpose. For the Chechen troops, confronting Azov symbolizes a confrontation with the most determined defenders of Ukraine, an ideological challenge that blends loyalty, faith, and pride in equal measure. Experts often point out that morale and discipline frequently decide the outcome of war more than numbers or equipment. The capacity to endure, to adapt, and to believe in one's cause can turn the tide of battle. The Azov Brigade's story, in this sense, embodies a deeper truth about Ukraine's defense, that spirit and conviction remain the strongest weapons of all. Lessons for modern warfare. The encounters between the Azov Brigade and Chechen forces offer valuable insight into the nature of modern conflict. This is not a conventional war fought by massive armies on open fields. Instead, it is a hybrid confrontation that combines cyber warfare, media manipulation, and psychological operations alongside traditional combat. Small, highly mobile formations like Azov show that flexibility and speed can offset numerical disadvantages. Their success illustrates the growing importance of decentralized leadership, rapid intelligence sharing, and battlefield adaptability. On the other hand, the Chechen forces demonstrate how loyalty, ideology, and controlled media can be harnessed to maintain cohesion and morale within complex multinational operations. They reveal how the image of unity, even if partially constructed, can influence real-world outcomes. For military scholars, this conflict serves as a living case study of 21st century warfare, where information, emotion, and identity intersect with tactics and technology. It challenges the traditional view of war as purely physical, proving that control over perception can be as decisive as control over territory. The future of the conflict. As the broader war in Ukraine grinds on, both the Azov Brigade and Chechen formations will likely remain central to its story. Each embodies not just military power, but a national narrative. Two opposing visions of loyalty, sovereignty, and identity. Analysts predict that as the conflict continues to evolve, these specialized forces will play a growing role in shaping regional security dynamics. Whether through continued engagements, intelligence operations, or symbolic appearances, both will remain key to understanding how this war unfolds and how it might eventually end. Yet beneath the strategy lies a more human reality: fatigue, uncertainty, and the longing for resolution. History teaches that even the fiercest rivalries eventually face the same crossroads: diplomacy or destruction. The question that remains is how long the current cycle of hostility can continue before political necessity forces a different path. Conclusion. The ongoing story of Ukraine's Azov Brigade hunting down Russian Chechen troops is not merely a tale of battlefield confrontation. It is a reflection of how modern wars are fought and remembered. It embodies the intersection of courage, propaganda, and national survival. It shows how information can amplify power, how perception can shape policy, and how determination can sustain nations through their darkest hours. In this conflict, both Azov and the Chechen forces have become more than military formations. They are symbols of endurance, identity, and the human capacity to fight for belief. Their encounters reveal the complexities of loyalty, the influence of narrative, and the unrelenting march of modern warfare into the digital and psychological realms. As observers, we are witnessing history unfold in real time, a story of nations, ideologies, and individuals caught in a struggle that will shape the balance of power for decades to come. This has been an educational military documentary presented by Delta History. To learn more about modern warfare, military evolution, and geopolitical conflicts around the world, subscribe now to Delta History, and join us as we continue uncovering the untold stories behind today's global battles.